The Melted Full Moon. Smart novel Gonseok Lee. Translated by Stephanie Park. You sure this is the right house? I saw them with my own two eyes. Don't worry. After I followed them here, I checked everything out. I made sure it's their house. After midnight, floating far up in the sky, the full moon looked smaller than a newborn's head. Because it was so bright, you can't even count the other person's lashes if you happen to make an eye contact with another person. As time passed deeper into the night, a confused rooster kept flapping its wings and let out a series of brief crowing noise 3 or 4 times throughout the night. Rooster's internal clock must be off. The light from a young couple's master bedroom was brighter than the full moon and lit up the whole yard. Filled with the sound of couples' soft chattering and giggling, their home seemed to be brimming with full of peace and happiness. They will go to sleep soon, right? Their youthful vigor is keeping them up, but they'll fall asleep by 2 at the latest. It was 1 o'clock. They'll most likely have to wait just 1 hour more. The 2 men in their 30s are best friends. They went to high school together and even served in the military together. As summer night grew deeper, the mosquitoes busily buzzed around the 2 thieves. To avoid getting bitten, the men smeared mosquito repellent on their forearms, ankles, and faces like some thick, creamy moisturizing lotion. But their hands constantly flew to their itching back because these little rascals bit through the thieves' clothes and made their backs itch. As the night grew deeper, grass bugs cried quietly and summer breeze gently tickled the densely grown knotweed standing by the gutter. The humidity from the sewer, along with nutrients, allowed knotweed's leaves to grow sturdy and fat. The full moon seemed to showcase and shower the gleam on the fat leaves. The flower stalk appeared stretched with many clusters of purplish red flower buds about to burst open any time now. It was now far past 2 in the morning, but it didn't appear as if the young couple would go to bed. It was difficult to know what was so amusing, but they heard the young man let out a huge guffaw that even rattled their paper door. But it didn't end there. The couple clapped their hands and began to sing with intense force and gusto. Then they began to chant and mutter something out loud. They must be Jesus freaks. How do you know? Every time I pass by my neighborhood church, I hear that sort of sound. They make loud noise and commotion like that. The thieves, who became wary of the waiting game, began scanning the couple's home. The thieves were trying to figure out a way to enter the master bedroom by stealth so they can run off with a bundle of money the couple withdrew from the bank. They began to notice the details of the house. The house was old and decayed, but the ancestors must have lived well. The palchak jibung, a roof styled in the form of Chinese number 8, reflected the steeped tradition of a noble class household. Under the bluish moonlight, a demonic face on the decorative tile at the end of the roof ridge seemed to glare at them. Do you think the demon etched on the roof tile is making the couple stay up in order to stop us from robbing them? In this day and age, there is no such thing. Quietly, they agreed with one another that according to the knowledge gained from science class, a demon is only a fictional creature and an invented illusion. Wistfully looking up to see the moon that passed the midpoint, they were filled with frustration. The cold dews fell on their heads and shoulders, making them feel soggy and damp all over. Feeling bored to death, they kept looking at their watch. The couple is planning to throw a block party for their child's first birthday 5 days later. They're even inventing their relatives for their big celebration. I saw the woman withdraw a thick bundle of 50,000 won from the bank. With my own eyes, I saw her placing that money bundle inside her purse. Let's just wait a bit longer. Bored beyond belief, the thieves plucked the water pepper flowers and observed them by the moonlight. Didn't realize there are so many flower buds on its cluster. Let's not just sit and watch for the light to go out. It's too tedious. Let's count the number of these flower buds. Whoever finds the most flower buds will be the watcher, while the loser enters the couple's home. The two men plucked the water pepper and began to count the buds. Determined to win this counting contest, they lost the track of time. Being on the lookout is better than breaking into a home to rob someone, isn't it? The time went by so fast. It was well past 4 by the time they looked at their watch. The bright light shone through the windows still lit up the inner court. The young woman, who is far more verbal than her husband, couldn't stop chattering. The couple really seemed to be full of oozing love. In fact, overflowing with love for each other. It didn't seem like they would turn off the light and go to sleep anytime soon. Are they planning to stay up all night? We all in big trouble now. It's down now. The sun is coming up. The two men's front hems were piled up with red grains pulled from the flower buds. From far away, the rooster's powerful cry seems to shake up the whole mountain village. Just break in and enter their home, then point the knife at them. The two thieves could not agree on how to proceed. As if rising suddenly from its bed, the morning sun popped its head and appeared full-blown in the sky. The thieves had no choice but to abort their robbery plan. Shaking off the water pepper pile from their laps, they got up from the sewer. They tried to leave, but the cramp in their legs made it very difficult to work. So they wobbled and hobbled, trying to find a balance. The round moon lost all of its bluish luster, full of arrogant vitality, and became like a dull surface of an ice pop. The full moon melted. The couple's ultra-charming relationship even influenced the water peppers to distract us. No wonder the demonic image on the roof tile gave off those ominous vibes and feelings. Because they're Jesus freaks, their God stopped us. The decorative roof tile broke the two thieves' spirits. Under the huge glaring bell-like eyes and tight-lipped mouth of the demon, the thieves made their escape through a narrow alley with their shoulders slouched and their backs bent.